Hi guys and welcome to another video. So today we're going to start with an outgoing transfer, Wahbi Khazri to Saint Etienne in France, and it's believed to be around £6 million that could eventually rise to £9 million, which to me, I think that's actually a really good deal, because if we think about it, guys, again, we're in League One. For a League One player, and I know he has been on loan last season, and I think, even though, personally, I think Khazri had a pretty shocking World Cup. Granted, he weren't in the best of sides, but he didn't have the greatest World Cups. He just managed to chip in with a couple of goals. But other than that, it was ineffective. But a lot of teams do just look at statistics and think, oh, he's got himself a good couple of goals there. So he must be a cracking little player, which he can be. You know, I'm not going to act too sour about it. But I think they've probably paid over the odds a little bit, especially if we do end up receiving £9 million for him, for a player who, you know, he was on the fringes of the squad for quite some time, but I suppose that's down to David Moyes. When David Moyes come in, he just didn't favour Khazri at all, but when Big Sam was here, Khazri was arguably our best player. You know, I was really excited by him, and he was a fan favourite for some time, and then David Moyes weren't really interested in playing him. There was rumours about his attitude and being a bit lazy, which even in performances, I suppose you can agree with that. He's not the kind of player that's going to bust a gut to track back and help you out, but he does have that flair and definite quality in him to produce a bit of magic every now and then. So, you know, it will be missed in that sense, I suppose, but we haven't been playing him. He's been going out on loan. So I think that's a good bit of money, a good bit of business for Khazri, and that obviously opens up the sort of the vault for us to be able to go out and buy players. Although now I think is rumoured that we still actually have instalments to pay off Khazri's initial payment when we did purchase him. So maybe some of that money will go towards that. I'm not too sure, but we'll have to wait and see. But we have been rumoured with 3 strikers recently, and I know that I've said in previous videos now that I don't really want to talk about transfer rumours because I'll go on about a player and then we won't end up signing him. But I'm actually really excited about these 3 players, these 3 separate strikers. Each and every one of them I would happily take. If we manage to get 2 out of 3 of these strikers, I'd be buzzing, to be honest with you. But we'll start off with the first one, and that is Billy Sharp of Sheffield United, who I've been a big fan of for some years now. He is a little bit on the older side. He's 32 years of age, I think now, 32 or 33. But he has been there and done it throughout the lower leagues. He scored over 200 goals in just over 400 appearances in these lower leagues. You know, so that's what, a goal every other game, which is so important. You know, someone who is going to nip in with goals. You know, he's the typical poacher you would want to be lingering in the box. He knows where to be, in his intelligent movement within the box of where to position himself to pick up on loose balls and grab us goals. I think he would be an absolutely incredible signing. I could see him getting at least, you know, 15 plus goals if we did manage to get him on board. But there are 2 other strikers as well. Charlie Wyke from Bradford, who, you know, is a young lad. We've apparently tabled around 600k for him, but it is also rumoured that other teams such as Bolton Wanderers and Peterborough are also looking at him. I think Peterborough might have even had a bid rejected for him previously, and we've had to improve our previous bid as well, because I think we've had a bid rejected as well in recent days. But he's another player I'd definitely like to have, because he's a bit different from Sharp. Sharp's a poacher. Wyke, he's more of a, you know, is a bit more of a tough lad, a powerful striker. He'll ruffle some feathers up top, and I've said, you know, in the last couple of match reviews that we need a bit of aggression up top as well, a bit of physicality, and he's that kind of player, and he does bring goals to his game as well. And I think he's only, what, 23, 24 years of age, so I think that'd be a perfect candidate to, you know, bring him to the stadium light, and he would. I think he'd be a bit of a fan favourite because he does work his arse off. But in saying that, James Vaughan worked his arse off as well, didn't he, last year? But he just couldn't score a bloody goal, could he? Bless him. But no, so I think that would be another cracking little signing if that one does manage to get through. But the one I would be more excited about, and the most excited about, would be Mo Aissa. I think that's how you might pronounce his name. Aissa, you know, whatever, Aissa, Mo Aissa, from Cheltenham. He played in League 2 last year, and he managed to bang himself several goals. And when he did get into that Cheltenham side last year, from what I've heard from Cheltenham fans, he was actually expected to be 3rd or 4th choice striker, but he scored in his debut and then just didn't stop scoring from there, and he improved as the season went on. Apparently he looked a little bit weak up top, when he first got into the squad, but then as the games went on, he seemed to bulk out a bit. He seemed to have a little bit more aggression. Sorry, add a little bit more aggression to his game. He weren't getting knocked off the ball as easily. He's got pace to burn. He's got loads of confidence, and I've seen bits and pieces of him, and some of the goals he scores are absolutely beautiful. He's such an exciting, confident player. He's almost like a Joe Lasoro 2.0. And when I say 2.0, I mean he's better than Joe Lasoro, and I'll confidently say that because I think he's more of the finished article, whereas I know Osoro, I know there's a lot of fanboys for Osoro, but Osoro obviously he's only a young lad, so he's not quite the finished article there, whereas Issa looks like a more well-rounded player. He knows what he's doing, and yes, it might have only been in League 2, but he torn that league to shreds at times last year, so he's definitely a player who I would love to see come. I think he should be top of our list, to be honest with you. He just looks incredible. Just look him up, guys. Look him up. He looks bloody fantastic. Now, one more player who we have been quite prolifically linked with, especially over the last 24 hours, is Reading's central midfielder, George Evans. Now, George Evans, who I've looked at a few reports from Reading fans, and after obviously all these rumours started to come about, they've definitely expressed their sort of sadness in him leaving. You know, they've all said that he's not the most incredible player. He's not going to stick out like a sore thumb. He's not going to shine, you know, necessarily. He won't really stick out. But he definitely does himself a job, and every game you'll always get a 6 or a 7 out of 10 match rating, if you know what I mean. He's more of a holding midfielder or a centre-back, but I say centre-back, but Reading fans have also said that when he has played at centre-back, he has looked a little bit out of place, but he does his job well when he's that holding midfielder. He's not going to, you know, be pinging balls with great vision left, right and centre. He will just hold the ball up, he'll get a tackle stuck in, and he'll move the ball on, which I think is a very sort of solid player to bring into the squad. It was rumoured that he was very, very close to joining us yesterday morning, but I think some of the rumours were pretty false as to how close it actually is, because he has left to go abroad with Reading now for their sort of pre-season tour type thing. So I don't know whether he'll be flying back if we do manage to get a deal agreed. But I think he would be an okay addition to our midfield because he knows what he's doing. He's played for Manchester City throughout his entire youth career. He had a couple of loan spells here and there, but he didn't really manage to get into the Reading side at all last year, making very, very little appearances. I think it was single figures, his appearances last year for Reading, but I think it'd be pretty solid. He definitely knows what he's doing, and I think he's definitely capable of doing a job in League One. And again, he's only still a young lad. League, what am I about? He's only 23, I think he is. So it's good that we're going for younger players as well who do already have a little bit of talent, or quite a bit of talent, but they also have a bit of potential, and we can mould them into the type of players that we want them to be. So that is everything as of right now, guys. Tonight, Sunderland take on Grimsby in another pre-season friendly, and I will eventually make a match review, but I am working tonight right the way through tomorrow and the morning after, so it might be another couple of days before I manage to get around to doing a match review video. But if you have enjoyed this video, guys, please hit that like button for me. It'd be massively appreciated, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. But for now, you take care and stay jamming.